The number one thing is don't enable their illegal and harmful activities. Don't try to make them feel bad either. Don't guilt trip them, and don't give them any lectures that God didn't tell you to give it to them. God knows exactly what they need. They have been through so many things that you cannot understand, even if you're from there too. They still have layers and layers and layers and layers, and you have layers and layers and layers and layers of things that you need to understand yourself as well. You learn more by loving them and being there for them the way that God calls you to. Because if they're still in the streets, you definitely need to first pray for them all the time. Pray for them non-stop. That God is covering them, that God shifts their thoughts, their habits, that God takes the cravings out of their mouth for their activity, that they are drawn more interest to God, that they find the Bible interesting, that they have a personal encounter with God, that they are open to listening to you. And the type of people that people like to be around is people that love them. So you love them and you smile and you keep on complimenting them and telling them that God loves them and you are precious to God. And I'm grateful that you trust me to be a part of your life. And tell them everything is working out in their favor. Speak as if they are already doing what they are called to do. Because technically, since God is allowing it, God is going to work it out in their favor. That means they're going to be able to help other people in their situation as well. Talk to them about their life story, but do it in ways that you're really interested and not seem like you're investigating them. Like, really be interested in their life story. Also, ask God when to ask them questions and what questions to ask them, because it's going to help you understand them deeper and see their true personality come out. Because you have to understand that they were raised around a lot of people who did not have spiritual, emotional, mental security. And they turned to ways to get things done quicker, to hurry up and get out of the situation. Which means they had to endure, but they didn't want to endure anymore. But life is about endurance. And so they have to learn how to endure the proper way. And God placed you in their life to be a representative of something different, especially since you care to love them. Nobody else in their life is taking the time to care to learn how to love them. There's people in their life that are enabling them. They don't have somebody around them that has a higher mindset. So they're focused on physical things and worldly things, getting money and getting better ways and stuff like that. Pray about their life. Some people don't even want to be alive. Some people don't even care if they die from the hood. So if you have somebody from the hood that cares about their life and their future, rejoice with God about that. Start focusing on the beauty of them instead of what you believe that they aren't doing. Because that's where a lot of people fail in the life of anyone. It's really that simple. Just keep on repeating these cycles. Don't give them any lecture without you going to God about what you meant to say. Pray for them continuously. You heard what I said. I don't got to repeat myself. Just watch it over again if you need to write it down, because this is a large amount of people. It's a large amount of people that are from the streets. And they are already looked at as trash. A very small amount of people look accept them and look up to them, but for the wrong reasons, because it's superficial, because they only think that they're cool because they're getting money, but those people are not there for them when they lose what they have. And even if they are there for them, a lot of those people are not emotionally, mentally, or spiritually mature either, so it's not growing them. It feels empty to them, but you won't feel empty to them because you have a connection with God. You really trying to care about them. And if you listening to this and you don't have a connection with God, this is helping you even more. Regardless, you are helping. You got to understand that they have a power that people in everywhere else does not have, because people from the streets are looked down on. They're surrounded by people who are looked down on. They're not afraid like other people are. It's people afraid to come to the hood and do illegal things. So that means when they get in other spaces, they won't have fear unless they have some type of PTSD, and that's why you're praying over them. So pay attention. Do they feel safe? Pay attention to their vocabulary. Pray for their vocabulary to be expanded so that they don't feel less than other places, and reinforce them about how powerful even the way that they speak is now, because typically people from the streets will call people corny who are not like them unless they really care about changing and are not judgmental. So that vocabulary will help them reach the people that need to come out from the hood as well. Yeah, it's really that simple. So much of life is very simple. You just have to see it from God's perspective. God is extremely mysterious, and his ways are higher than our ways, but God is still very simple when you think about the gist of things. Humans just make things complicated because they take what God says and they still mix with what they want and when they want it and how they want it. But when you fully surrender to God, it's very simple. It's very fun. Just the memories of the ways of the world is what makes it hard, and spiritual attacks as well. But hard is still a perspective, so it's best for you to let that go, because somehow you were taught what is hard and what is easy. I love you, and God loves you too, most importantly. This came to me from a dream I just had. I recorded this on Christmas, and it was about somebody that I love, that I went to school with, that grew up from the hood, and now she's a famous rapper. And the dream was about her creating an ebook about how to love someone from the hood. And I said that I was going to do that idea, but I didn't want to steal her idea, and it seemed gimmicky for me to create an ebook doing that. But I do really care about the subject, and so God was showing me that symbolically the ebook would be the series of information that I put on YouTube, because the E stands for electronic or something like that, like basically through technology, a book. And a book is just simply information and words. And so just like they have the word audio book, this is basically a audio ebook, and it's free. So I love you. And I just said that, well, I love you more, and God loves you even more than that. I am a spiritual advisor to help you through this, and anyone that you know. My information is in the description area, including details about what I address, and also my email so that you can schedule your appointment. My sessions start at $45. Thank you for listening.